I was talking to someone and they were explaining the difference between being self-centered and selfish. And they're like, well, for some reason, we are treating the word self-centered as a bad thing. And that's actually the way that you're supposed to go through this world is self-centered. Selfish is a totally different thing. So he was talking to me about motherhood specifically and how a lot of people redefine their identity as a mother. And he's like, no, you're Candace and he's your son. And then he's not your son, you're his mom, right? Like it's self-centered and it's like not losing your identity and it's still respecting the relationships around you.
Yeah. Oh, totally. And that's cultural, right? We get that handed down, which is why we really need to do that work within ourselves to change it so that we're not perpetuating it down the line in a really practical way because of how we take on so much of what the world, well, we take on everything that the world tells us in the first 7 years, right? I mean, our brains are basically in theta and they're in hypnosis mode. And so what we don't realize as adults is that we're actually living other people's lives because they told us how we should be and how the world is. But we have so much power to rewrite that and, reparent ourselves if that's the thing. But I really appreciate that perspective because I talk a lot about, I believe the same thing. Selfish is actually a disempowering narrative that works to keep everyone down, especially women down. And self-centered, like our heart is like the center of my own universe. My heart is the center of my universe. Your heart is the center of your own universe. And so we can also recognize that in each other, like you're the center of your own universe and I'm the center of mine. And so I've come to a place now where, to the best of my ability, I really respect people. And I'm like, I don't want you to be different. A little harder with my family, but like, it's like, I'm not going to tell you who you need to be or how you should behave. Like I have preferences about how I would like the world to be and how I want people to treat each other, of course. But I'm not going to impose anything on anyone else because you're in your journey and you're in your story. And I've realized that the best thing I can do is stay in mine and be there for people who need it, practice non-judgment, practice compassion, practice forgiveness, and just always bring it back to, a lot of times it's like, how am I that way? If I'm triggered by somebody, I guarantee you it's because something in me recognizes that. And there's a trigger because I have to go do that work in myself.
No, I can totally relate to that. And then sometimes it's really hard to find and it's just something that you have to meditate on. It's like, why does this one person get to me?